Jimmy Rucker, my high school running buddy, who knew, turned out to be the greatest salesman I ever personally worked with. Zig and I and a lot of other people weren't qualified to carry his briefcase. But he was a very bad sales trainer. Why? Because he didn't know what he did. He was just Jimmy Rucker. He got the little dimples, had the curly hair. Most of it's gone now. Had the curly hair. And people just loved Jimmy Rucker. Quick Jimmy Rucker story. So sales infiltration, when I wrote that, it was inspired writing. I wrote it in one sitting on filled up a whole legal pad. I didn't go to the bathroom. I didn't look up. I suddenly got it. I knew what Jimmy Rucker was doing. And I wrote that down. Here's what you can do if you're Jimmy Rucker. I don't encourage it for Jimmy. I don't encourage it for anybody. We're at a meeting one day recruiting people into something. I forget what it was. And the guy said, sitting across those long folding tables in hotels with a green tablecloth, guy said, I'm in, but I forgot to bring my checkbook with me. Well, this is in the days when if you left the house, you had your checkbook because we didn't all have a pocket full of credit cards and so on. And Jimmy stands up, leans over the table as he says, oh, of course you did. And he reaches into his coat pocket, where that inner vest pocket is, and pulls out his checkbook. Yeah, pulls out his checkbook. He says, here it is. The guy said, I forgot I had it. I maintain, Jeff, that if you or I did that, we get punched in the face. The guy wrote Jimmy Rucker a check for $5,000.
Well, Ben, I could send you a video from someone else I had on the show, which used to be one of the guys that worked for me at the exotic car dealership, the Rolls, Bentley, Ferrari, whatever. And I actually forgot the story. So when I invited him to be on the show, it's like, we worked together. We dealt with, all I wanted was some customer stories, some interesting customer stories. And I didn't know that he had one about me. So I might have a little of this in me. A fellow said he was going to take a car, and I said, terrific. And he didn't say he left his checkbook, but I don't have my wallet or I don't have whatever, right? I can't leave you a deposit right now. And I said, by the way, that is a really nice looking timepiece. And he goes, yeah, that's a Hublot. Gosh, it set me back a little over 50 grand. And I said, that'll do. And I undid it and slid it off of his wrist. And Clay, the fella that I had on the show, tells the story. Dead honest, I forgot. I mean, I remember it after he told, but it was one of those things like the golfer you mentioned. You forget what you do after, you forget what you do, what you don't think about what you're going to do next. It's only what's going on now, and you do it. So I don't want to compare myself to that guy, but I did have a similar story to the checkbook.
Oh, that's great. If Rucker and I were, I'm not a watch guy, so for instance.
But you would have to be a watch guy if you're selling these cars.
Oh, sure.
Because you've got to look at the shoes and the watch to know if you want the person to test drive it or not.
This has been Jeff Stearns, Connected Through Cars.